Every single time I stand in front of this camera, I feel uncomfortable. Every single time I want to make a video, I feel uncomfortable. Every single growth happens outside of your comfort zone. In this video, I want to share with you how can you get yourself out of the comfort zone and into the growth zone. A lot of people, they just want to stay comfortable. They want to lay in the couch, they want to chill out with their friends, they want to watch YouTube videos or just scroll down Facebook, and they don't really want to be uncomfortable. We people are comfort-seeking creatures. All we want to do is what feels comfortable. And we don't want to do what feels uncomfortable. We don't want to have that yucky feeling. We want to feel good. We want to eat what tastes good. We want to stay in our warm, cozy beds when it's cold outside. And if you think about it, this actually makes sense. Why would you want to go outside if it's cold? Why would you want to get out of bed when it feels comfortable? Why would you want to eat anything but what feels great? Because you have to. The fact of life is that whatever you want to have, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to accomplish, achieve, or get, it stands outside of your comfort zone. If you want to do anything worthwhile, you're gonna have to get out of what feels comfortable. You're gonna have to start doing things that feel uncomfortable. Every morning I take a cold shower, a very cold shower. And every single time I need to turn the knob to cold, I wouldn't want to do it. I feel uncomfortable. I would rather just skip it that morning. And when I do it, I feel really uncomfortable. I feel like, ooh, I just want to stop. But once I'm done and I get out of the shower, I feel amazing. You hear me talk about this quote, if you do what's hard, life will be easy. And if you do what's easy, life will be hard. Well, the same can apply here. If you do what feels uncomfortable, then life will be easy. And if you do what feels comfortable, then life will be hard. I remember when I started working as a salesperson, I was 19 and I started selling insurance. That's right. And one of the first assignments they gave us was to go through your phone book on your phone and start calling people and say, hey, it's me, I would like to come over and show you something. And when I picked up the phone to start calling, I felt really uncomfortable. I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel like it. I wanted to do it later or tomorrow or never. And it was very hard for me to turn the dial on the first number and call. I imagined all these things. What are they going to think of me? Oh, I'm selling something. It just feels weird. And I didn't want to do it. But the fact is that if I wanted to make a career in that industry, I had to do it. So I did it. And when I called up the first person, it went kind of okay. I felt really uncomfortable at first, but then I started feeling easier and easier and lighter. I saw that the person was nice. He was okay, fine, whatever. And I became okay with it. And the more I did it, the easier and easier it became. Until eventually, calling up people and setting up appointments was as easy as tying my shoe. It was just whatever. Hi, what's up? Gotta show you something really good. Yeah, it's me, naked. Whatever you want in life, usually the way you're gonna get it is by doing the thing that feels least uncomfortable. When I started my coaching business, I remember having this coach and he said, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write a post. I want you to write something that you know of and then post it on your Facebook wall. And I was like, my Facebook wall? I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel comfortable doing it. Again, I had thoughts like, what are they going to think of me? What are they going to say about me? Are they going to laugh, to me behind my back? I just didn't want to do it. But he said, it's really important that you make yourself do it. And he told me something that I will never forget. He said, the pockets of greatest resistance are usually the pockets of the greatest reward. In other words, whatever you feel the most resistance towards doing is usually the thing that will lead you to the greatest reward. It will make you grow the most. It will make you expand and bring you closer to the thing that you really want. But what happens with us is we have an idea, we have a goal in mind, we have a dream that you want to accomplish, And then we wanna imagine like the way to get there is just by feeling comfortable and like I'm working, but I'm not really doing what I should be doing. So if you want to have a great body, you really know what you need to do. You need to put down that sandwich and go for a run or a walk or whatever. It's pretty straightforward. But when it comes time to do it, you would rather not do it because it simply feels uncomfortable. You can imagine your discomfort or something that you feel uncomfortable about doing as a big signpost. I'm here. If you want this, go here. Whenever you want something, ask yourself, what is the thing that I know will lead me closer to that, but I feel really uncomfortable about doing? Exposing yourself, showing who you are, showing yourself to people is something that a lot of people just feel really uncomfortable about. We don't want to be vulnerable, but vulnerability is power. If you're able to be vulnerable, you're going to grow. Brené Brown wrote a book called Power of Vulnerability. And I would highly recommend you pick up a copy and you read it. Because the thing is, when you do where you feel vulnerable, when you do the thing that feels uncomfortable, you rip out your old patterns of thinking and feeling and existing, and you make room for new patterns of feeling and being and existing. Basically, you build a new version of you. But when you keep doing what feels comfortable, when you keep doing something that isn't risky, isn't making you vulnerable, will pretty much stay the same. Remember, it's basic human nature to want to seek comfort. But all success and almost all success lays in discomfort. One of my main mentors taught me a concept called counterintuitive. And it basically said how we people are wired for failure. Our basic natural instincts are wired to make us fail. And usually when you go against your basic instincts, you win. But your basic instincts almost always lead to comfort. And they're almost always telling you to avoid what feels uncomfortable. So you gotta be stronger. You gotta be stronger than your basic instincts. When they say yes, you say no. When they say no, you say yes. It's a pretty simple thing. But what's simple isn't always easy. Actually, it's hard. And I'm gonna be the first to admit it. I'm a person who seeks comfort a lot. And doing something that feels uncomfortable for me is a task. So I've trained myself, and I had to train my mind and my body to always do what's uncomfortable first. Brian Tracy talks about eating that frog. He talks about this concept of the first thing in the morning, what you should do is do your most difficult task first, because then you're gonna free up your entire day for everything else. So where do you feel uncomfortable? Where are you avoiding doing something just because it feels uncomfortable? Where are you seeking comfort? And ask yourself, how can you get out of that? How can you make yourself do it even though it feels uncomfortable? Maybe it literally is getting up in the morning when it's cold outside. Maybe it really is going for a run when you don't feel like it. Maybe it is to open your mouth and speak up when you would rather stay quiet. Whatever it is, ask yourself what that thing is and then do it. Of course, doing it is the cure. The more you do it, the more you're gonna rewire your brain to a new behavior. Your brains actually have what's called neural pathways. And what this is basically is your brain has like highways in it. And what these highways do is when you come at a crossroad to make a decision, for example, the more you've made that decision in the past, the easier it is for the brain to go left and just make that decision. So for example, if based on like, let's say 10 experiences that you had when you came on a crossroad to either do something that feels uncomfortable, but it's the right thing to do, or to do something that feels comfortable, but you know it's not gonna lead anywhere, and you've always taken that path of just doing the thing that feels comfortable, then your brain will create like roads, and the next time you come in a same situation, it's just gonna go, oh yeah, I've been here before, let's just do what feels comfortable. But if you train your brain and you start moving that decision consciously, Next time you come in a situation and feels like this is uncomfortable, but it's the right thing to do. This feels comfortable, it's the wrong thing to do. You go and you do what feels uncomfortable. Your brains will start rewiring itself. And soon it will become easier and easier for you to just do the thing that's right, even if it's uncomfortable. Just like taking a cold shower for me in the morning. I don't even think about it anymore. Or standing in front of a camera and making a video. I don't even think about it. The key is in doing it those first couple of times so you get warmed up. That's why I always emphasize the power of small steps and just starting small and letting that build on itself. If you want to learn more about this, watch my video on 6 steps to creating a new habit. So right now, I want to challenge you. Go and do something that feels uncomfortable. Do something that you've never done before, but you know feels uncomfortable. Like for example, right now, go and take a cold shower. Unless you're at work, then don't go and take a cold shower. It's a bad idea. But do something that feels uncomfortable. Do something that doesn't feel like you, doesn't feel like something that you would do. I promise you, you're gonna experience so much growth like you've never experienced before. You're gonna experience pride, you're gonna experience confidence, you're gonna experience inspiration, like a new wave of energy is gonna overflow your body when you just do the thing that feels uncomfortable. Remember, uncomfort is the key. Discomfort is the key. What feels comfortable is not going to lead where you want to go. And what feels uncomfortable is going to lead where you want to go. Stop seeking comfort. If you want to have a better life, start seeking discomfort. It's counterintuitive, and that's why it works. Go against what you would rather do, what feels comfortable, and you'll win. Take a cold shower right now. Go, 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 go.